So, have you seen that talk show Hot Ones yet? Alice?
No, I have not, Bob. What is it about?
They interview celebrities while they eat progressively speecher chicken wings. It's oddly addictive. I've been obsessed with hot sauce ever since I started watching it.
Ah, I see. That sounds interesting. Perhaps I will have to check it out.
Everyone, we are live in 3, 2, 1.
Good morning, universe. Welcome to Earth, the show that's out of this world. I'm your host, Charlie, joined as always by our panel members, Bob and Alice. And of course, we have our production manager, Debbie, making sure everything runs smoothly behind the scenes.
Morning, everyone.
Bonjour, tout le monde.
Good morning.
Today's episode is going to be a special one, folks. We've got some exciting news to share with you. But before we dive into that, let's get started with some current events. Bob, what's in the news today?
Well, Charlie, it seems today's big news is coming from a country called Comoros.
Comoros? I've never heard of it.
Neither have I, Alice, but apparently, it's an archipelago off the coast of Africa. They're going through some political turmoil right now, and it's making headlines.
Interesting. I'm sure we'll have more on that later in the show. But for now, let's move on to our first segment. Hey, did you guys hear about the power outages in Comoros during Ramadan?
No, I haven't. What's going on?
Yeah, fill us in.
According to an article in our What One, the electricity company, Sonilec, is struggling to provide electricity during the day, and many regions are experiencing power cuts in the afternoon and into the night. So, many people are left in the dark when they try
That's
to break
terrible.
their fast.
Yes, it must be really hard for them.
What? Too soon. Welcome back to Earth, where we talk about the world and everything in it. Today we are going to dive into an article about power outages in Comoros during
Yes,
Ramadan.
it's a difficult situation for many people in the region, especially during such an important time of the year.
MMHMM. Hot sauce makes everything better.
Hold on. Guys, I'm noticing some anomalies in the ship's systems. Let me see if I can fix it remotely. This is more complicated than I anticipated.
Looks like we might be stuck up here for a while.
Human technology is so fragile.
Indeed, the reliance on such delicate systems is amusing.
You two are so nihilistic.
Wait, what does nihilistic mean again?
Great job, Bob. Where to keep up with the conversation?
Let's get back on track, shall we? The power outages in Comoros during Ramadan are causing significant difficulties for the people in.
Yes, many are unable to celebrate breaking the fast properly, and it disrupting their religious practices.
And it's not just about the religious aspect. Electricity is a basic need for many people, and it's frustrating when it's not available.
But let's not lose hope. Maybe with enough attention, the leaders of Sonilec can address the issue and make improvements.
Or maybe humans can take this as an opportunity to explore alternative sources of energy that are more reliable and sustainable.
Yes, it could be an opportunity for growth and progress.
I like that perspective. Let's hope for positive change in Comoros and beyond.
Crisis averted. We're back to normal.
And they still love hot sauce and Debbie.
Great, thanks for sharing, Bob. welcome back to Earth, where we discuss the latest news and happenings on this fascinating planet. In the last segment, we talked about the power outages in Comoros during Ramadan. Now, I want to take a moment to explain to our intergalactic audience what Ramadan is.
What the hell is going on?
Is this part of the show?
Guys, the anomalies are getting worse. We need to do something.
Don't worry about it, Debbie. Let's just keep going.
Charlie. We can't just ignore this. Something wrong with the ship.
And we're too far away from any help.
I'm going to try to contact someone. Maybe we can get some advice.
This is not a drill. People. We need to do something.
But what can we do?
I can't get through to anyone. We're on our own.
We can't just sit here. We need to figure out what's going on. Alright, let's get started. Debbie, did we cover the article about the power outages in Comoros during Ramadan?
Yes, we did. It was in part 2 of
What's the update on the anomalies in the ship's systems? Are we any closer to figuring out what's causing them?
And I can't get through to anyone outside of the ship.
Great. So we're just stuck up here, going insane.
We do not have emotions, Alice.
Don't mind her, she's just venting.
This is not good. We can just sit here and wait for something to happen.
I agree. We need to do something. And I think I have an idea.
What's your idea? Debbie?
It's a bit risky, but I think we should use the ship's communication system to try and reach out to a rogue technician who operates outside of the normal channels.
And what makes you think this rogue technician can help us?
I've heard rumors that he's a genius when it comes to ship systems. He might be able to help us figure out what's causing the anomalies.
And what is the cost of this technician's services?
He's demanding a very high price. But with no other options, I think it's worth it.
Alright, let's do it. Debbie, get in touch with this technician and see if he can help us. We'll figure out how to pay him later.
This is the production manager of the spaceship Earth. I need to speak to the rogue technician. I have a job for
You've
him.
got my attention. What do you need?
We're experiencing anomalies in our ship's systems, and we need your help to figure out what's causing them.
I see. And what's in it for me?
We'll pay whatever price you're asking for. Just help us fix the problem.
Alright. I'll do it. But it won't be cheap.
We'll figure out how to pay him. For now, let's just focus on getting our ship back to normal. Welcome back to Earth, where we discuss the quirks and idiosyncrasies of our favorite little planet. Today, we are going to dive into some lesser-known trivia about the
I
Comoros.
thought we were going to focus on fixing our ship's systems. Not sure trivia is going to help us
Oh
there.
Bob, always so practical. But learning about other culture
Speaking
is
of
important too,
cultures,
you
Did
know.
you know that Comoros has a unique mix of African, Arab, and Malagasy influences?
Ah, the joys of cultural exchange.
And did you know that Comoros is home to the world's largest living species of lemur?
Great. Tal really come in handy when we're floating through space with malfunctioning systems.
Speaking of the malfunctioning systems, guys, we really need to get them fixed. We can't keep going like this.
Agreed. But who are we going to get to fix them? We're in geostationary orbit, and no one is nearby.
And that rogue technician wants an exorbitant fee. I don't know if we can afford it.
We don't have a choice. We can't keep drifting like this. We need to negotiate with him and get our ship back.
Fine,
to Earth.
let's negotiate, but we're not paying his initial price.
We appreciate your skills, but we simply can't afford your initial price.
Then you'll just have to live with the malfunctioning systems.
But we're all in this together. Surely you understand the importance of helping
I
our fellow
suppose you have a point. I'll lower my price, but not by much.
Well, that was fun. Who knew negotiating could be such
Yeah,
a thrill?
great. Now we get to pay an exorbitant fee for a fix we probably could have done ourselves.
But at least we'll be back to normal. And we learned some interesting Comoros trivia along the way.
Indeed. The joys of space travel never
I
cease
just
to
hope we can
amaze.
make it back to back in one piece.
Welcome back to Earth, everyone. It's time to wrap up the show for today. Bob, any final thoughts on the power outrage situation in Comoros?
Well, Charlie, I think it's important for Sonelec to address the situation and provide reliable electricity for the people during Ramadan. It's a time for celebration and prayer, and they shouldn't have to struggle with power
I agree
cuts.
with Bob. It's frustrating to see people suffering because of something that should be easily fixable.
Thank you both for your insights. Now, before we go, let's check in on the ship's systems, Carl. Any updates?
All systems are back to normal, Charlie. It seems that the rogue technician was able to remotely scan and fix the anomalies.
That's great news, Carl. And Debbie, how did the technician do?
Well, it wasn't cheap, but he was able to get the job done quickly and efficiently. I'm just glad everything is back to normal.
But why was they operating outside of the normal channels? It's a bit suspicious, isn't it?
Yeah. It makes me wonder what else is capable of.
Well, we can't speculate on that, Bob. All we can do is be grateful for his help and hope that everything continues to run smoothly. And that's all we have time for today on Earth. Join us next time as we delve into more fascinating topics about the universe and our place in it.
Before we go, I can't help but wonder about that rogue technician we hired. What
Well,
do you think, Bob?
definitely new stuff. But something about him seemed off. Maybe we should investigate further.
I doubt that would be necessary. It's not like we have much to go on.
But the fact that he operates outside the normal channel is suspicious, don't you think?
I don't know about you guys, but I'm just glad the ship's systems are back to normal. Let's not look a gift
Debbie's
horse in the
right.
mouth.
We should be grateful for the help we received. But at the same time, we can't help wondering about the mysteries of the universe. Who knows what else is out there waiting to be discovered?
It's both exhilarating and terrifying to think about.
And with that, I think we've reached the end of today's episode. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. You know, I never thought I'd end up hosting a show about Earth while aboard a spaceship. Life is full of surprises, isn't it?